What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So first we're gonna take a look at the Caitlin Clark time interview, and then we're gonna run into Scott Jennings. So let's get right into this. So let's listen up, and here we.
Your announcement for Athlete of the Year, like tremendous, incredible positive feedback. That's what we've seen across the board. There's always going to be some negativity. And I feel like you have had to answer more questions than anybody about the intersectionality of race and gender and sexuality in sport because of just who you are and you represent the growth of this thing. And even earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift Black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel like I always have had really good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing Black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Yes.
Okay, and then this was TJ Moe's video here, and he's on Jason Whitlock's show quite a few times. But yeah, the phrase "my truth," white privilege, that's kind of like the problem that most of the Americans are having, and people around the world, like, yo, why do you need to sign off on that? White privilege and my truth. So so that's where it gets iffy, and that's where a lot of the outrage has come from. Basically she was just better off, just not saying it. But hey, to each to its own. So yeah, Caitlin Clark. But we're gonna see, if the WNBA goes from jam-packed venues to nobody showing up. That's what I'm kind of curious about, how the season's going to go. Or maybe can everyone forget that she said white privilege? I don't know. We'll have to see. But let's go over to the Daily Wire, and I'm going to share this tab. So here we go with Scott Jennings, lays out the hard truth on Caitlin Clark. So let's listen in here and let's see.
Why is she being bullied?
Why is that wrong?
Why is she being bullied for acknowledging something that's smart, truth, and factual?
Well, a couple things. Number one, whether you're an athlete or anyone else, if I hear you use the phrase "my truth," I immediately then discount everything else you say, because there isn't my truth or your truth. There's just the truth. And when you start using phrases like that, it tells me that
not true.
Your brain has been captured by something that I don't really respect.
That's not true.
Number two.
That's not true.
Number two. The attention the league got this year was amazing, and it was all because of her. She is an amazing player. The arenas were full when she played in them. The TV ratings were up when she was on television. That's undeniable. But the league still lost like $40 million this year. And it's never made money. And to me, when you're talking about having respecting people who built something, what did they build? A league that loses money every year? She has the capacity.
What do you mean? What did they build? What do you mean? What did they build?
What kind of a business did they build?
The reason why it's still up and still running, whether it's losing money or not, is because of these Black women who are in this.
Isn't it because of the investors?
No, stop it. You stop it now.
It's not. I was in Dickie's arena.
Who pays for it?
I was in Dickie's arena. Let me just tell you.
It says more about the people who are getting offended by it than her.
I think they're just disappointed that she appears to have been captured by the woke mob.
You don't like the word.
And here's the disappointment.
It's the white privilege. Let him articulate this, because I want to learn something.
I feel a little bad for her, because she's going to learn that it will never be enough, no matter how much of the phrasing No matter how much of the groveling you do, it will never be enough for the people in that league that hate her guts. It
Why
will
do
never
you
satisfy.
assume
They hate her
that
guts.
why do
Yes,
you
they do.
assume
They
that
do
she
not.
is trying to pander? Isn't it
Because
also
I hear the
Scott,
language. It's
Scott,
the language of the pander.
Scott,
I
listen.
hear the phrase white privilege. Sports is the one place where nobody on the field has any privilege at all. She doesn't get extra points when she shoots because she's white. She gets the same number of points as anybody else. Sports is the great equalizer. And it just felt like to a lot of people that she was groveling for no reason, because she is an amazing player who deserves all the accolades she's getting right now for doing what she's doing for women's basketball.
All right, we
Oh, yeah. And Scott Jennings laid it all out there on Caitlin Clark. And we're going to have to see, as I've said earlier, that how is this season going to go? Because if all of a sudden this lingers over, and I think it's going to linger over, I don't know if people are going to forget about this, my truth, white privilege. They're going to pretty much, not show up. If that lingers over, those packed arenas, it's time to bring those curtains in. It's time to see where all the sales, the jersey sales. I'm surprised, at least some of the people, because we've heard a lot of comments saying, "Yeah, I'm no longer a fan," or "I'm no longer." We're gonna see how that's gonna go throughout that next WNBA season. Is it gonna be, what it is, back to being irrelevant? And yeah, and that lady says, "Oh, this league's been alive by black women." No, it's the NBA that keeps funding this crap. Come on. And in the interview, I remember Lisa Leslie says, "Maybe you guys should not go out and gamble." And that's where Draymond Green got all pissed off and said, "Whoa, we're the ones that support you guys." And yeah, this is the problem with the WNBA. It is a social activist, LGBTQ, race pandering. We're tired of seeing that crap. We're tired of it. We don't want to see this crap again, And that's what's happening right now with this WNBA. And now, a lot of people are really turned off because of my truth and white privilege. Other than that, I have no problem Caitlin Clark saying what she said. But when she says white privilege, my truth, it's going to turn a lot of people off, because now you're pandering to a lot of the black women, and we live in this country where it's like, only in America, huh? Oppression, we're this, we're that. We live in that, and it's sad, but we'll have to see. All right, so if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special, help the king out, and hit the like, subscribe, and comment. So wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll definitely see you in my next video.